Hello students, today we are discuss about some theorem on the finitely generated vector space. Okay, so the theorem is let b1 b2 bq be a linearly independent set of vectors in a finitely generated vector space V, and if b1 b2 bq is not a basis of V, then there exist another vectors bq plus 1 bq plus 2 up to bm in V such that b1 b2 bm is a basis of V. Okay, we have given the set b1 b2 up to bq is a linearly independent set of vectors. These are the linearly independent set of vectors of the finitely generated vector space V, and if this set of vectors not forms a basis of the vector space V, then we have to show that there exists another vectors bq plus 1 bq plus 2 up to bm which should be added to that set so that the set can form a basis of the vector space V. That we have to show. Now the proof is, we know that by theorem every finitely generated vector space V has a basis. This theorem is already proved. Okay, we know that every finitely generated vector space has a basis. Okay, therefore let consider as V is a vector space, then it has a basis, and suppose the basis is the set a1 a2 an. Okay, we consider this is as a basis. Now by theorem, for the which theorem? For the any subspace S of V. These are all statements of the theorem. You have to look at the statements of all the theorems very carefully because they are used for the proving the another theorems. Okay, so by the theorem, for the any subspace S of V generated by n vectors a1 a2 an, suppose b1 b2 bm are the vectors in S with m greater than n, then the vectors b1 b2 bm are linearly dependent. Okay, now by using the theorem, for any subspace S of V generated by the n vectors a1 a2 an, and suppose b1 b2 bm is another set of vectors in S with this m is greater than n, then this set of vectors b1 b2 bm is linearly dependent set. Now we have to apply this theorem for this set a1 a2 an and the given set, which is the given set b1 b2 up to bq. Okay, now apply this theorem for these two sets. As we have the two sets a1 a2 an, which is an generating set for vector space V, and also which can form an basis of the vector space V, and we have the another set of vectors b1 b2 up to so on bq, which is nothing but what? Which is a linearly independent set of vectors in V. This is a linearly independent set of vectors in V, but which cannot form some basis of the vector space V. Okay, but by using this theorem, now what is a statement of this theorem? If a1 a2 up to so on an is an generating set of the vector space V, then for any set b1 b2 up to so on bm with m is greater than n. Okay, this is very important condition. For the any set b1 b2 bm of the vector space V with m is greater than n, then this set of vectors b1 b2 up to so on bm is linearly dependent set. Okay, now we have to apply this theorem on the two sets. Now first of all, first condition is already given, a1 a2 an is a generating set for the vector space, and here we have given this set b1 b2 bq is a linearly independent set. Okay, and if we apply this condition on that theorem or on the two sets, here we have b1 b2 bm with m greater than n. Okay, with m greater than n, then this value B1, B2 or this set B1, B2, Bm is a linearly dependent set. Now, but here we have given a linearly independent set. Therefore, this m greater than n condition is not satisfied here. Okay. Therefore, the reverse condition should be applied for the two sets. Here, if we consider this B1, B2, Bm is a linearly dependent set, but this is contradicts to our fact B1, B2, Bq is a linearly independent set. Therefore, this q cannot be greater than n. Okay, therefore in that case this q value, here m is given and here m is given and here bq is given. Okay, so in that case of these two sets, this q is cannot be greater than n, implies that we have the condition q should be less than or equal to n. Okay, by using this fact we consider q is less than or equal to n. Okay, by using this theorem. So by using this we have q is less than or equal to n. Okay, now consider the case first. We have to show that this set can form a basis of the vector space V. Now if consider we have given q less than or equal to n, means what? Q is equal to n or q is strictly less than n. Okay, now first consider the first case. If q is equal to n, then by theorem star, which theorem? This theorem is your star. Okay, now by theorem star, for the any I, the set B1, B2, Bn, Ai is a linearly dependent set. Why this is happened? Here we consider q is equal to n and we have the set of vector. What is the set of vector given here? We have, if we consider q is equal to n, therefore this set, if we put here q is equal to n, then the set is b1, b2 up to so on bn, and it is a linearly independent set. And if we add the any other ai's to that set, the set must be a linearly dependent set. Okay, therefore by using this theorem star, for the any I, the set b1, b2, bn, ai is a linearly dependent set. Okay, since why this happens? Since b1, b2, bn is linearly independent set. Therefore, if we add the any elements to linearly independent set, this ai, the set should be linearly dependent set. Now by lemma A, what is on lemma A? If a1, a2, am is linearly independent, and if a1, a2, am minus 1 is linearly independent, then am is linear combination of a1, a2, am minus 1. This lemma is already discussed by us. Okay, if we have a set of vectors a1, a2, am, and this is are linearly dependent, and we consider if we remove this am from that set, the remaining set is linearly independent, and this vector is a linear combination of these vectors. Okay, so as apply this theorem to that statement, as b1, b2, bm, ai is linearly dependent set, but this set b1, b2, bn is a linearly independent set. As we removed ai from that set, therefore ai is a linear combination of this bi's b1, b2, bn. Therefore ai belongs to span of this set b1, b2, bn. Therefore by using this fact, ai belongs to span of b1, b2, bn, and it follows that V is equal to span of b1, b2, bn. As ai belongs to span of b1, b2, bn, therefore why this V is equal to span of b1, b2, bn? Because here we considered V has a basis a1, a2, am, and this ai's belongs to span of b1, b2, bn. That is, every vector of the vector space V can belongs to span of b1, b2, bn. That is, every vector ai of the vector space V can be expressed in the linear combination of these vectors, implies that V is equal to span of b1, b2, b. Okay, so by using this fact, this is happened, as V is equal to span of b1, b2, bn, and also this set, we know that this set b1, b2, bn is linearly independent set. As both conditions are satisfied by this set, therefore it can form a basis for the vector space V. Therefore by using this fact, as since b1, b2, bn is linearly independent set, as b1 b2 bn is linearly independent set, therefore this can forms an basis, or B belongs to span of b1 b2 bn, and hence the proof. Now as this said, as V is equal to span of b1 b2 bn, and also b1 b2 bn is linearly independent set, therefore both the conditions of the basis are satisfied by this theorem, or this by this set implies that this can forms, so that b1 b2 up to bn is an basis of the vector space V. Therefore this can forms an basis for the vector space V. Now the case second. The first case is we have given q is less than or equal to n. We have given q is less than or equal to n. Therefore the case first, what is in case first? Q is equal to n. This is proved. Okay. Now the case second. What is as q is less than n means what? Q is equal to n and q strictly less than n. Q strictly less than n means what? Q has a value which is less than n. So therefore in case second we consider q as an n minus 1. Okay. Therefore in the second case we consider q as an n minus 1. Now suppose case second, suppose q is equal to n minus 1. Then here we put in the set q, here nothing but the q is n minus 1. Therefore put q as an n minus 1. Then b1 b2 bn minus 1 is linearly independent set of vectors in a finitely generated vector space which cannot form the basis of n. This already given as in the statement of theorem. Okay, so this is the linearly independent set which cannot form a basis of the V. Now as this cannot form a basis of the vector space V, therefore some ai, as we know that the V is equal to V has a basis of these elements a1 a2 an. Therefore but this cannot form a basis of that vector space V, implies that this ai does not belongs to span of b1 b2 bq. There exists some ai which cannot belongs to span of b1 b2 bq. Now by lemma a, what is an lemma? If ai does not belong to span of b1 b2 bq, but this set is linearly independent set, also ai doesn't belongs to that span, therefore addition of this vector to that set is also linearly independent. Therefore again this set b1 b2 bq up to and ai, if ai is added to that set, is linearly independent set of n vectors. We know that this bq up to bq, these are n minus 1 vectors. Okay, 1 2 3 up to n minus 1 vectors are present here. Therefore this set of vector is n minus 1 vector, and this vector ai is added to that set, implies it consisting of the n number of elements. So by lemma a, again b1 b2 bq ai is linearly independent set of how many elements? N elements. Now since ai cannot be written in the linear combination of vectors b1 b2 bq, since ai cannot be written in the linear combination of vectors b1 b2 bq, why this cannot happen? Or this is a linearly independent set because ai does not belongs to span of b1 b2 bq, that is ai cannot be written in the linear combination of this vector, implies that this set is linearly independent, and hence v is equal to span of b1 b2 bq ai. Therefore v is equal to span of these vectors, and therefore as v is equal to span of this vector and this is a linearly independent set, therefore by definition of basis this can form a basis of the vector space V. Therefore the second case is also satisfied. Now suppose n minus q is greater than 1. Now consider the third case. If n minus q is strictly greater than 1, so by induction we can assume the theorem is holds whenever the difference between dimension of V and number of vectors b1 b2 bq is less than n minus q. Now consider the induction as assume the theorem holds whenever difference between dimension of V and the number of vectors b1 b2 bq is less than n minus q. Now what is the difference between dimension of V? We know that the dimension of V is n. Okay, because the basis of n V is consisting of an n vectors. Therefore dimension of V is n and number of vectors b1 b2 bq How many vectors are present in that set? There are q vectors. Then we assume the theorem is holds. The theorem is holds when this difference between the dimension of V means n and the number of vectors in that set are q. That is, this difference n minus q is less than n minus q. When this difference dimension or this difference between dimension of V or the set of vectors is less than n minus q. Therefore, we assume this case. So we have to prove this theorem for the n minus q greater than n. Since n minus q greater than 1, some ai does not belongs to span of b1, b2, bq. As dimension of V is greater than number of vectors, therefore this difference is greater than 1. Then there exists some ai which does not belongs to span of b1, b2, bq. Okay. So as before, b1, b2, bq, ai, as ai does not belongs to that set, implies ai is linearly independent with this vector, and these vectors are also already linearly independent. Therefore, addition of this vector to that set of vectors is again linearly independent set. So as before, b1, b2, bq, ai is linearly independent set of q plus 1 elements. As this known, we know that these are the q vectors, and addition of these two are nothing but the total number of the q elements. These are the q elements and this is one vector, that is addition of this vector to that set consisting of the q plus 1 element. Since the difference n minus q plus 1, now consider the difference of these two, dimension of V, this difference nothing but the dimension of V minus number of vectors in that set, n minus q plus 1, which is equal to n minus q minus 1. We know that the theorem, by using this statement, the theorem is true for the number of vectors which is less than n minus q. We know that this number is less than n minus q. Okay, n minus q minus 1 is strictly less than this difference. We know that this is less than n minus q. Okay, so the theorem is hold for this set also. Now, therefore, we can apply our induction hypothesis to supplement b1, b2, bq, ai by addition of these vectors. Therefore, by induction hypothesis, the theorem is true for these vectors also for condition n minus q greater than 1. Therefore, we can apply our induction hypothesis to supplement b1, b2, bq, ai by addition of the vectors to produce, by addition of n vectors to produce the basis. Therefore, by using the induction fact, we can consider this set of vectors as a basis and hence the proof. Therefore, the theorem is also proved in that case. Therefore, this is the proof of that theorem. Okay. So, in short, what is given in the theorem? We have given if we have a set of vectors b1, b2, bq which is linearly independent but it cannot form some basis, therefore we add another set of vectors to that set of vector which can form some basis of that vector space. Okay, and therefore there are three cases which should be applied for proving this theorem, and you have to consider or look at the statements of the previous theorem so that you can easily prove this theorem. Okay, this is the proof of this theorem.